Since 1962, no team has managed to win back-to-back World Cups. Not Brazil with Pelé heirs. Not Spain's golden generation. Not Germany's perfectly engineered machine. Not even Argentina, with Lionel Messi at the peak of his powers. Every single reigning champion who has walked into the next World Cup as the favorite has walked out with their dream crushed, sometimes in the group stage, sometimes agonizingly close to glory. And in 2026, we watched it happen again. Today, we're diving into football's most brutal, most consistent curse, and asking a question nobody has a clean answer for. Why does winning the World Cup almost guarantee you won't win the next one? Football fans love a good curse story, but this one isn't folklore. It's a documented pattern stretching across multiple tournaments, with real teams, real superstar players, and real heartbreak attached to it. Since the very first World Cup in 1930, defending champions have been eliminated in the first round of the following tournament on multiple occasions. But the modern version of this curse, the one football fans actually talk about, kicked into overdrive starting in 2010. Daily Beirut, 3 tournaments in a row, 2010, 2014, and 2018. The reigning World Cup champion didn't just fail to defend their title. They didn't even make it out of the group stage. 3 of the most decorated national teams in football history, gone before the tournament even got interesting. And when 2022 and 2026 rolled around, the story didn't get much kinder. Let's go through exactly how this curse unfolded, tournament by tournament. It starts in South Africa, 2010. Italy arrived as defending champions, fresh off their 2006 triumph in Germany. They were placed in a group most people considered manageable. Instead, Italy finished dead last in their group with only 2 points, drawing against Paraguay and New Zealand before losing to Slovakia. The 4-time world champions were out before the knockout rounds even began. Daily Beirut. Then came Brazil, 2014. This one might be the most brutal of them all. Spain arrived as the most dominant international team of a generation, having won the 2010 World Cup and 2 European championships back-to-back. They were the gold standard of modern football. Then their opening match happened. Spain lost 5-1 to the Netherlands, a result so shocking it became one of the defining images of that entire tournament. A follow-up loss to Chile sealed their elimination after just 2 matches, the fastest group stage exit ever for a reigning champion. The soccer legends. The soccer legends. 4 years later in Russia, it happened again. Germany, fresh off their clinical 2014 triumph, arrived as one of the tournament favorites. Instead, they suffered a shock defeat to South Korea in stoppage time, becoming the 6th reigning champion in World Cup history to fail to make it past the first round, and their earliest World Cup exit since 1938. 3 tournaments, 3 champions, 3 group stage collapses. Press reader. So naturally, when 2022 arrived in Qatar, everyone wondered whether France, the 2018 champions, packed with elite talent, would become victim number 4. They didn't fully escape the curse, either. France actually made it all the way to the final, delivering one of the greatest World Cup finals ever against Argentina, only to lose on penalties after a stunning 3-3 draw. Close, dramatic, but still no repeat champion. Then came 2026, and this is where the story gets genuinely fascinating. Argentina, the reigning champions with Messi still leading the line, entered the tournament as the number 1 ranked team in the world. Unlike Italy, Spain, and Germany before them, Argentina actually won all 3 of their group matches, finishing top of their group with 9 points. The curse looked broken. They survived a stunning round of 16 scare against Egypt, coming back from 2-0 down in the final 13 minutes to avoid a shock elimination. They kept grinding through the knockout rounds, eventually stunning England 2-1 in the semi-final to reach the final against Spain. Squawka +2. And then 1 match away from becoming the first team since Brazil in 1962 to defend the World Cup, Argentina lost 1-0 to Spain in extra time. So close, so agonizingly close. The curse didn't claim them in the group stage this time, but it still found a way to claim their trophy defense in the end. Squawka. A few details make this pattern even more haunting. First, Italy's 2014 group stage exit. After already suffering the curse once in 2010, triggered a devastating downward spiral for Italian football. Following that disaster, Italy shockingly failed to qualify for the 2018, 2022, and 2026 World Cups altogether, meaning 2014 remains, to this day, the last time Italy has actually played in a World Cup. 52 hurts football. Second, host nations aren't immune either. South Africa in 2010 and Qatar in 2022 are the only two host nations in World Cup history to be eliminated in the group stage of their own tournament. Home advantage clearly isn't enough to override whatever force is at work here. 52 hurts football. Third, the theories explaining this curse tend to fall into a few camps. Analysts point to aging core players who peaked during the championship run, opponents who've had 4 years to study and adapt to the champions' tactics, and the sheer psychological weight of every rival treating the champions as the match to prove themselves against. Add in exhausted legs from a grueling club season and the immense media pressure defending a title, and you have a recipe that has now claimed 6 different champions throughout World Cup history. Vocal media. So, why does this pattern matter beyond being a fun piece of football trivia? Because it reveals something fundamental about how difficult sustained excellence actually is at the highest level of international football. Club dynasties can be built through transfers, scouting networks, and financial power. International teams don't have that luxury. They're stuck with whatever talent pool their nation produces, and by the time the next World Cup rolls around 4 years later, the core of a championship squad is often aged past its peak. It also reframes how we should watch the next favorite walk into a tournament. Every 4 years, pundits crown the reigning champions as automatic contenders. History says otherwise. The data suggests that winning the World Cup might be the single hardest thing to repeat in all of sport. Harder than back-to-back titles in almost any other major competition, because the format offers so little room for error and so much time for complacency, fatigue, and tactical evolution to work against you. And Argentina's 2026 run adds a new wrinkle to the story. They proved the curse isn't inevitable in the group stage anymore, but the deeper meaning might be that the curse has simply evolved. It no longer guarantees an early humiliation. Instead, it guarantees that somehow, some way, the trophy slips away right at the very end. 6 defending champions, 6 different eras of football, 6 different reasons offered for why it keeps happening. Whether you believe it's aging squads, tactical predictability, sheer exhaustion, or something more mystical, the numbers don't lie. Nobody has gone back-to-back since Brazil in 1962, and the closest anyone has come to the modern era, Argentina, in 2026, still fell agonizingly short. The World Cup curse isn't going anywhere. The only question is which favorite it claims next. If you think you know which team is destined to break this curse eventually, drop your prediction in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into football's strangest recurring pattern, subscribe for more breakdowns just like this one. We got plenty more World Cup stories to tell.